Welcome back to the final part of this series where we are talking about counterproductive and productive behaviors in the workplace from an organizational psychology standpoint. This is the last chapter. However, this is the chapter that resonates with me the most. It's the chapter that actually causes a little bit of passion. I call it's frustration, but you're going to feel it come through the screen. You are a consultant. This is imaginary. You're a consultant. You've noticed that there's counterproductive behavior in the organization. You send out to go do an audit. It's time for you to find out where these constraints are, what's happening, what are the drawbacks are. However, you have not been able to put all the data together, but for the little information that you've been able to collect, this is what you've been able to discover. Your employees are disgruntled. Your employees don't feel like they're being seen. There's no fulfillment. And these stems from these 5 points I'm going to highlight. There are unclear expectations, which actually connects to the first part of the job description where the nuance between the OCB, you're talking about soft skills, but you're not actually going into detail about the real nitty gritty of what the job requires. So now they just walk with with levels of ambiguity. It's like, okay, I do what I can, I do what I'm told. There's not going to be any proactiveness in how they approach the job. The second part is the fact that they do not see themselves as being productive to the overline, the bottom line of the job. It becomes hard for them to actually participate in the overall vision, how the company grows and excels. Third part, when there is no work-life balance, nobody want to come to work. When you're not concerned, if someone has to go to a ballet practice, if someone has to take a child to a recital, you're sitting there as a supervisor, and you're like, that can't happen. Who's going to take care of your workload? Your insensitivity to your employees will only make them feel more disconnected from the job that they're doing. Thereby, there is no problem with them actually calling out. They're like, I don't care. You disconnect them from the work that they're doing. They can't actually see that the level of the work that they're doing has a higher level of impact. Then it's actually hard for them to stay in that job. When leadership does not know how to communicate with their staff, it is impossible to actually carry out the mission of the company. If you are sitting there having secret scroll meetings, you're not being able to let the rest of the staff members know. They don't know the direction to which the company is moving, so they cannot act accordingly. This creates a level of disconnection with the company. Excuse me, I'm talking with a little bit of passion here because I actually deal with this at work. And then when there is no development for the staff members, when you cannot see a future, or you cannot see a direct path of growth, it becomes hard for you to actually want to come up to work with a high level of confidence. That's all I have, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this series. This is part of something I'm doing for my graduate program. Thank you for joining.